Hello and welcome back to Drum Forest Drum Gaming. I am joined by the lovely Jamie today.
Hello.
How are you doing, Jamie?
I'm good, thank you. I'm pretty hot though. It's nice and toasty here.
Yeah, that's good.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Weather's up and down today. We had rain earlier, then it was sunny, and then rainy again, and now it's just kind of dim looking.
I feel like I'm melting. Like by the end of the game, I'll just be like a pool of Jamie on the floor, you know? Because I would have melted.
No, that doesn't sound good.
No.
That's a bit of a shame. So, to anyone out there, obviously today we are going to do a little bit of Rainbow Six Siege.
I feel like we haven't played this in ages.
I know, we've played a lot of Dead by Daylight, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Which I am thoroughly enjoying.
Uh-uh.
I do enjoy Dead by Daylight.
It's a good game.
It is a good game. I think my biggest worry is that there's not enough to it.
How dare you?
Like, I really enjoy it, don't get me wrong, and I will probably still play it for quite a long time still to come, because it's also a good game that me and you can play together as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not, I don't think it's the kind of game that I can see myself still playing, like, say, a year down the line.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like,
I think them bringing out like the new characters and stuff will kind of bring you back to it every now and then.
yeah,
You know, like the Shock Doc and Feng Min just came out a little while ago. So obviously that brought back a lot of people to it.
yeah, I'll agree on that. I would just, I personally would like them to just add a couple of things in personally.
Like what?
Like, obviously recently the new Friday the 13th game came out, and in that, like, conversation is a big thing.
Yeah.
And I would kind of, I'm dead. I played that really badly. That was terrible playing by me. But never mind. And I would kind of like it so that you could talk to people in that game.
Yeah.
I think, like, I would even be, like, really happy if it meant that the killer could hear you as well. Oh, there's someone literally stood at the beginning, I think.
Yeah, there is.
It's really annoying. Like, so the killer could hear you would be fine. Like, I don't know, I think it would just add a new aspect to it.
Ah!
Oh, great.
Oh, that was a good game.
And we're left with this butthole.
Oh, who's just
Not doing anything.
standing
Okay.
here.
Well, let's abandon this mission.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm the host, so there we go. Makes that easy. Makes that super easy. But yeah, so I don't know, just something, and maybe, I don't know, I would like, part of me wants to say like another game mode of some sort.
That's fair enough.
But I admittedly, I say that, but I struggle to think of what they could do.
Yeah.
One thing I thought that would be fun, and it takes away from the horror aspect of it completely, but I thought would be quite an entertaining thing to do, would be all the killers against each other. Like, you just have a match where everyone picks a killer.
That would be funny.
And, like, you go on the map and you just have to kill each other. You have to use your perks and things and you kill each other, rather than trying to find the people.
Yeah.
I think that would just be entertaining. Obviously, it's got nothing to do with the horror side of things. I just thought that would be quite entertaining to play.
Yeah, I reckon that'd be quite funny, actually.
Yeah, it would just mix things up a bit as well, you know. Like, so you weren't, and I know you can either play killer or survivor, so that mixes it up a little bit. But do you get what I mean? Like, it just adds another thing that you can do that kind of just gives the game a bit more longevity to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, But yeah, so today I thought we would have a little chat about a side of gaming that a lot of people dislike, and admittedly it mainly refers more to sort of mobile games a lot more, but it does reach into the bigger game world with sort of PC gaming and other kind of games a little bit, and that is microtransactions.
Ooh.
Now, what is your view on microtransactions? What do you think of them?
I've never really thought about it before, but especially if I've bought a game, if it's like a free app that I've downloaded, fair enough, possibly. But if it's like a game that I have bought, I don't really want to then have to pay money for extra stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just kind of, I don't know, that's just annoying.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. For anyone out there who's watching this who's been living under a rock when it comes to the gaming world, microtransactions is basically a business model where users can purchase vital goods for micropayments effectively. But yeah, I mean, often the main one is well, that's weird. Often the main ones who do this are quite often the free-to-play games that you'll find on mobile devices, games sort of like Clash of Clans and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which, for the record, I have no qualms with Clash of Clans. I used to play it loads. I never used to spend any money on it. I used to just find it a good game to sort of, you know, every few minutes or every few hours or however long, I'd just pop on there, do a couple of things, and I'd just keep it going like that. And I did quite enjoy it. It wasn't a terrible game in that sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so a lot of people in this world dislike the idea of micro. And as you say, when it comes to the bigger games, like, they dislike the idea of you've paid. Damn it. You've paid for a full game, and then
Yeah.
sort of the games are sort of like, oh yeah, but you can buy this to help you out.
Is someone picking you up?
No, people are here, so I think they're going to pick me up. Yep, someone's got me. So, I mean, this then comes into the play of, so these games are quite often called freemium games, but quite often a derogatory term for them is, and I'm sure you've heard this, is pay to win.
Yeah.
And obviously that literally means if you've got the money, you can pay and then you effectively just win. And a lot of people dislike this. A lot of people hate this kind of thing. And I'll agree, it's kind of like those who have the money just automatically are going to do better. And it sucks. It really sucks when you get that kind of rubbish. It's not fun. It completely takes the biscuit, so to speak.
I think if you can play the game without having to buy anything, then fair enough, you know, if someone wants to spend money on it, they can. But if it's a game that is kind of forcing you into paying money because you'll like run out of a certain item and then you like physically can't carry on with the game, that is like really annoying. I don't think that should be allowed. Like, pure example, kind of like Pokemon Go, back when we used to play that.
When it first came out.
Yeah, like if you ran out of Pokeballs, you either had to go somewhere, one of the Pokestops to get it, or you had to pay money to get them.
Yeah, and where I live, I basically have no signal where I live, so actually getting Pokeballs was a real pain in the butt for me, because the only Pokestop in my village was, or there's two in my village, but they were both out of range of my house.
Yeah.
So when I went on the internet, I couldn't get in range of these Pokestops to get Pokeballs. It was really annoying.
Yeah, so that kind of then stops you playing the game, unless you want to pay the money to kind of buy yourself Pokeballs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll agree on that. I think a lot of people's biggest issue with the pay to win kind of thing is, as you say, yeah, if you want to pay, you can, but providing you can do the whole game. I think people's biggest issues is when you get games, and you do get people paying for everything because they have the money and they can do, and then they're just better purely on that basis. So people's issue then is just like, it's effectively this person has paid for it all. They haven't got the skill or the
Yeah, of
patience or
course.
whatever to actually do it properly, and it kind of takes away the fun of gaming.
Yeah, because it's just unfair. Like, someone can put hours and hours into a game, but like you said, if someone's got the money that they'll just spend it all on the game, they're going to be so much better, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But for no skill and no time put in.
And it is a shame. Oh, fell down. Didn't even mean to. There is I think there have been times when, or there are times when I find microtransactions are okay. And the way I found a lot of games seem to do this now is they'll only do it for cosmetic reasons, so skins and things like that, which I think's perfectly fine. I think that's kind of cool, or not kind of cool, but I think okay, I'm a bit more okay with that, because if people want to pay the money, all it's going to do is give them some more skins. You know, it's going to make them look different, but it doesn't make them any better. A game that does this straight off the bat is actually this game here, Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Like, you can pay money for stuff. All it does, all you can buy is stuff to get you... That was weird. Get out of my way. All you can do is you can pay money to get some coins, or whatever they're called. But all that will get you...
I'm quite sure what they're called in this game.
I know you earn renown, but the thing you buy, I think, is credits.
Oh, possibly.
But all you can buy with that is you can either buy costumes and things, or the other thing you can buy is experience boosters. But the thing with experience in this and the level in this is it doesn't actually affect how you play.
Yeah.
It's just a level. Effectively, like, it doesn't make your character have more health. It doesn't make it doesn't change anything like that, if you get me.
No, yeah.
So feel free to get an experience boost, but it doesn't do any. It basically just ups the intake of how much renown you get.
Yeah, and that's where I think it's okay, because it's not affecting your gameplay kind of thing. It's just adding, you know, just a little bit of interest and stuff to the people who want to pay.
Yeah, it gets you a bit more renown, gets you a bit more experience. So once again, in turn, all you can buy with that renown is costumes and different skins for your gun, so it doesn't affect the gameplay, which I think is good. Another game that does it really well is League of Legends and also Dota 2. For anyone out there, those are two, like, pretty much the biggest MOBAs going. And once again, if you want to pay money, you can, and all you can do with that money is you can buy heroes to characters to play as, but the only other thing you can buy is skins. Once again, it doesn't affect how the game plays.
Yeah.
But they don't make you buy heroes or anything. Like, you can unlock them after a certain amount of time. Like, you have to earn gold to unlock them. Same with the skins, you can earn gold. But also, what I know League of Legends, I personally never played Dota, but League of Legends basically has a roster of a certain amount of heroes a week, which they allow to play for free.
Oh, cool.
And then they change that every single week, so you could, if you haven't got the money or the gold, you can just play as these free heroes, and they'll literally cycle through every hero they have and put them free for the week, which I think is really cool. So anyone starting out, you've got some heroes, and it also gives you a chance to play as other characters as well and test them out in case you don't want to buy them. And I think, once again, that's a good way of doing it. It's not unfair.
No, yeah, I think that's good.
The only issue I find is that sometimes with certain games, and it has been noted sometimes, is with this costume thing, some games do it so you can unlock costumes in the game, but does it ever sort of get to a point where the unlockable costumes are only ever okay, and that to actually get the awesome looking costumes, you have to spend the money?
Yeah.
You know, should they maybe have a balance and have it so that at least one or two awesome looking costumes are available to unlock?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. It's just, you want to make it as fair as possible kind of thing. Or otherwise there's no point to it, it's just stupid otherwise.
Yeah. And I think that is a good point. There was a mobile web analytics company called Flurry, who back in 2011, so it's quite some time now, but it kind of, you know, being in 6 years, the gaming world is still quite similar to back then, if not bigger. So I'd say this probably still applies. Back in 2011, based on its research that it did, the revenue from free-to-play games had overtaken revenue from the premium games that earn revenue from traditional means in the Apple's App Store. So yeah, Apple's App Store, all the freemium games started earning more money than the games you had to pay for straight up.
That's fair enough.
So it effectively became a bigger market. I think a lot of people jumped on board with that. Some people did it right, some people did it way wrong. Like, way wrong. Like, some of them you look at and you think, yeah, no, never going to touch that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was one of those things. I know Electronic Arts corporate vice president at the time, back in 2012. I'm not 100% sure if he's still the vice president. Here, let me shoot that for you, mate, since you're missing. Basically, he said back in 2012 that within 5 to 10 years, all games will have transitioned to the microtransactions model, he reckons.
Interesting.
And I think that's quite a fair statement. What are we doing? Oh, we're actually just searching for enemies. I thought we were looking for a hostage or something.
No, there's only one person left.
Found him.
Oh, well done.
So I thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
But the other thing I thought was quite interesting is I found this little bit that one mobile game developer did, or one developer did for their mobile game, and that these developers who created a mobile game called Dead Trigger, which I never played, but they actually switched to the freemium model due to a high rate of piracy in their game.
Alright.
Now, there are cases where even freemium games have been pirated, but I think what they found was it was more difficult for their games to be pirated. Because everything's not available.
Yeah.
Then they found that they were able to stop people pirating a lot more because things weren't available for the whole game.
Oh, that's fair enough, actually.
Which I think for a mobile game that's fine.
Yeah.
And as you said, I think for certain games, you know, like, and as we said before, like Clash of Clans and games like that, you know, providing the whole game is pretty much available, then it's not a massive problem. I don't have a massive issue with microtransactions in such. It's when they start leaking onto the big games, like you said. Once you've paid for a full game, you do not then want to have to start paying for more. I think that's where it gets annoying.
Yeah.
And I think that shouldn't happen.
No, because it's just them trying to claw even more money out of you.
Yeah, and unfortunately people pay for it, which is annoying.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I am guilty. I've done it once or twice in my life where I have paid a couple of quid here or there. But I will not sit there and pay for everything under the sun.
No.
I think most of the time, the only times where I've actually paid for stuff is when I've been drunk. And I've jumped on the game and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I want that now. And I've just, you know, I've died straight away. That was really bad play by me. Oh, there was a suicide bomber to my right. No wonder. Didn't even see him. And yeah, those are pretty much the only times I think I've paid for something. Mainly, I think there's been a couple of times, as you say, with Pokemon Go, I've bought some Pokeballs before. But overall, I think the only other times is literally I've just been a bit drunk. And just bought it.
Why can't I pick him up? There we go.
And I know I'm not the only one who's done that. I know my mate Elliot has come to me a couple of times and said, yeah, like, because we used to play quite a lot of the same mobile games and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've had him come up to me a few times and be like, yeah, no, I paid like this much last night because I was pissed. I was like, nice, mate. Good work. Smooth. And it's always quite entertaining when he always said that to me. But yeah, I mean, yeah, overall, I'd say it's not... Yeah, you break those wires. I don't think it's a terrible idea. It's just, it's when it starts leaking into proper games that it becomes an issue for me.
Yeah.
That's when it becomes my main concern. And it is a concern that maybe even the bigger games might start heading in that direction a lot more. That does worry me a little bit. I'm hoping they don't, like, massively.
How can I get out of here?
I'm massively hoping it doesn't head that way, and I don't think it will, but it is a fear that I do have that it will become too big a thing.
Yeah.
But I suppose we'll see how that goes, really, won't we?
Mm-hmm.
Stay focused on the mission.
But yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on the subject. You got anything to add, Jamie?
No, I think we covered everything.
Yeah.
Just gonna run for it. Run.
Do it. You can win. You can win. Yeah.
I did it.
I died.
Yeah, I only killed one person.
It's alright, so did I. So did I. Success.
Woo!
I didn't do anything, but success all the same.
Can't believe in that whole game I killed one person.
Nice. Right, just gonna head on back to the menu here.
Le menu?
Le menu. Right, guys. Well, I think that's all we have time for today. But as I said, I've not got an issue with microtransactions as a whole, provided they don't start leaking into the big games in a bad way. If you get me. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think that they should be stopped altogether, or do you think that, you know, having them for purely cosmetic purposes is okay? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. I'd like to say thank you to Jamie for joining me today.
You are very welcome.
And don't forget to give us a like, share and subscribe. And we will catch you next time.
Goodbye.
Take it easy, guys.